Hi everyone, back again for another reaction video, and this one is for RRR. This has been a one that's been highly recommended. In the last video, Bahubali 2 especially, just people saying RRR, RRR. So yes, let's do it. It's really booming, this film right now, so I'm keen to check it out because it does look like a pretty cool film. It's like an action film, and I did enjoy the action scenes quite a bit in Bahubali. And this is by the same director, S.S. Rajamouli, I think his name is. I hope I'm saying his name right. Anyway, let's get into this and see how it goes. This is a long film too, 3.5 hours. So yeah, let's definitely get into this. Whoa, there's a lot of animals in this film. They're all CG, done with CG though, but that's a lot of animals. Let's see how the CG holds up in this one. I remember with Bahubali, it was a little bit shaky. The music and the singing, the vocals has reminded me a lot straight away of like Bahubali, actually, to kind of set the scene with vocals, which is kind of cool. This music, it's kind of groovy. Looks like this guy's quite into epic films, like big, long films. But that being said, India seems to do that quite a lot anyway, so I guess it's not a huge thing that's different. The story. Okay. Ooh, nice establishing shot. The fog, the forest, everything. That looks great. Ah! Yeah, now you say that shit. Of course. You beg for mercy now, bitch. Wow. That's a cool shot. I love that yellow. It's like a nice, bright, uplifting shot after all that. Ah. This guy's gonna seriously start learning English if he wants to hang with her. I think I still like the dance sequence earlier on in the film. This is still cool, but the one earlier on was so cool and it fitted so well into the story. It was like a character moment, you know what I mean? This one's just more of like, yeah, cool musical scene. All the guns and everything. And a freaking bow he's still got. That's cool. I'm kind of liking, because one of the issues I had with Bahubali, or the two films, is the ending I felt was way too quick. It just kind of, the resolution was like, boom, done. I was like, oh, okay. This one feels like it's kind of a nicer ending. It's just dragging out a little bit longer. That's cool. Hey, he's back. Hey, there she is. That's cool. Is that the end? Wow, that was a sudden, just the music just stopped. Oh wow, so that they don't play any more music for the rest of it now. It's just the credits. Oh, that's cool. I really like this. I'm actually wondering whether or not I like it more than Bahubali, actually, to be honest with you. I like certain themes in this one, and kind of the symbolism of like the yin-yang stuff, as I said, and even how they kind of integrated truth into the film as well, and kind of like, yeah, kind of just like the unpredictableness of certain things, and not unpredictableness in regards to like I didn't know where it was going. I kind of had a general sense of what was going to happen, kind of, but it was like more just like the unpredictable for the characters, like what they went through, you know what I mean? He had certain goals in mind, particularly the police officer character, or the one that wanted to get the guns for them. And yeah, he that got changed. So it was like, oh, it was cool how he had to change course on his like goals, and his vision still did come fully, basically, tenfold, even extra, when he decided to surrender and just trust his kind of intuition or heart, whatever, and saved his friend, and that ended up working wonders. So yeah, I really like this. This was good. I don't know if there's an after credits. I don't think there is, but I'll just let it run through. But yeah, I think this one I like it more than Bahubali, but I don't want to say that just yet. I should go through my list first and then I can say that. But I did like the ending in this one. I think the ending was a bit more wholesome, and it did kind of nicely tie everything up better than, I would say, Bahubali 2. So I'll probably give it a point for that. And yeah, really solid filmmaking too in parts. Like just really, it's something that I don't notice a lot still when I watch films is like what lens type they use. Like that's something that I need to pay more attention to, I think. But I noticed it in this film, and particularly now I even think back in Bahubali, the director uses a lot of like great wide angle lenses in the action scenes, and it's perfect. Like even with close up, tight action scenes, he uses a wide angle lens, which really gives you a full picture of what's going on. So I really love how this director kind of chooses those type of things. Granted, it might be the cinematographer, but that being said, unless it's been the same cinematographer for all 3 films he's done. I mean, I think he's made other films too. I don't know how many films he's actually made. I should check that and see if there's other ones that I should watch from SS Rajamouli. That's his name, right? But yeah, I just feel like either way, if it's just a cinematographer, the same cinematographer, but even still, I feel like the director's the one that kind of makes the final say. So I think he would have. It seems like he likes the action scenes to be rather comprehensible and just well shot. Because I mean, the action scenes are cool. Like there's like cool little things that just happen in them, where how they get killed or whatever, or just the way they fight and just what happens in the action scenes. They're just really fun to watch and unique in a way. They're kind of playful in a way too, but they work really well. I don't know, they work really great. I'd say like the action concepts in these films are so good. I wish this director, or if not this director, someone would watch these films that SS Rajamouli has made and make like a Fast and Furious movie like that, or make just action, maybe just American action films a bit more like this, a bit more with like a playfulness, but still a serious tone you can have, but just have a slight playfulness as well, like an awareness that, look, this is a film, right? Yeah, I think the way it's done is fun and enjoyable, and I definitely think I'll watch this one again too. I could see myself really enjoying this one again. I could see myself watching this one again more than Bahubali. I would say that. Like watching this, I could definitely see myself like in a month or so rewatching this. Yeah, so, and I think it would be a film that I'll probably find more to appreciate on another viewing as well. I didn't find it had like a huge emotional impact, like, Bahubali in certain parts. But I still did really like how it played out, and I thought the story was very solid. But anyway, I'm going to go through my list, and then I'll speak further. Okay, so I'm back, and yeah, we've got quite a big size list here, so let's just get straight into it. So yeah, some really solid visuals straight off the bat, so let's go through that first. So first thing I liked was camera composition. This movie is really well shot in parts, and as I said, I like the lens choices throughout the film, especially in some of the action scenes. I thought it looked really great. But yeah, just overall camera composition I thought was pretty damn solid for the most part. Next thing, number 2, is the camera movements. I love how this director adds a certain... it gives it kind of like an epic feel at times, and a sense of grandiose to the film sometimes, the way the camera moves around, and it also creates a sense of activity and immersion, but particularly it gives it a great epic feel in parts in regards to how he does camera movements. So yeah, great job with that type of thing as well. The next thing, number 3, is the lighting. Actually, 3 and 4, lighting and color palette. I love how this movie looks in that regard. Just great use of that. It looks awesome. It just really has a certain monochromatic feel in certain parts, but then it has a certain color, maybe that's something that someone's wearing, that makes it really stand out outside of that monochromatic everything else. It's really great just in little parts throughout the film. I think I pointed out throughout the film in parts, so yeah, but really awesome, the lighting and color palette, I thought. The next thing, number 5, is the acting. Really good acting from the leads here. They were terrific. I really loved their performance in this. They were definitely the standouts. I definitely wasn't a big fan of some of the British actors, particularly like the main bad guy. He was okay, but particularly like his wife, she was too much, I felt. She was kind of getting like cartoonish, how kind of villainy she was. Like she was on the brink of starting to go like, it's like I could see her doing that like at a certain point almost. Like it was kind of absurd. Yeah, so I kind of felt like they kind of pushed that a bit too far. But aside from that, I thought the performances were really solid. Aside from that, actually, even the English guy, the main bad guy, he wasn't bad, honestly. It was just her. She was just like kind of, I think she was a little bit too much But anyway, that's just me. Everyone else was pretty damn solid though, and the two main actors were really great. I thought they were really awesome. Okay, the next thing, number 6 is the music. Nacho, 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 nacho. Yeah, that's stuck in my head. And then, yeah, just the general score throughout the film. They kind of replay it quite a bit, but I did like just the feeling the score gave. The dun 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 dun, like that kind of whole thing. Yeah, so I think it was a pretty solid score. And yeah, that musical bit was awesome. I loved that bit. So yeah, point to music. Next thing, number 7, is the story. Yeah, I really like the story in this. Just the way the film went and the kind of, as I said, for the characters, the way the characters changed throughout the story, I really like that. I probably should give a point to characters. I actually haven't done it in this time, but perhaps next time I might actually even give a point to characters because they were really good as well. But yeah, I just really like the overall, just the way the things played out. So yeah, I really like the story, and I wouldn't be surprised in my next viewing I would give a point to characters as well. But anyway, we'll see what happens next time when I watch it. Anyway, the next thing is number 8, the themes. I really like the themes in the film, particularly this is what kind of why I didn't give it a point for characters, is because I feel like the characters really had great themes within them. Like the idea of like having a goal and kind of going towards it, but then certain things change and you're gonna kind of reorient your goal, but still you're kind of able to do it still, but it's just not kind of how you envisioned it, you know? It's kind of like that. Like, it was just kind of like a cool way of showing that, particularly in that character, the one that was wanting to start the revolution. Yeah, so that was really interesting. I liked that very much. And then like that whole theme of like the yin and yang, that whole symbol thing, that was just a nice little thing as well. And then, as I said, just like certain things with like their sense of selves as well changed. That their characters themselves really changed due to the certain things that happened in the story, the certain aspects. So yeah, I just really liked like the story and themes quite a lot in the film. Anyway, the next thing, number 9, badass moments. SS Rajamouli really makes some awesome, almost over the top. It's definitely kind of self-aware that it's a bit silly, but at the same time he still makes it badass, and I love that. So yeah, number 9 is badass moments. I love these two characters and just the action scenes with them. And speaking of action scenes, I also have to give a point. Number 10 is action concepts. I just love some of the action scenes and just the creativity of them and how crazy they go sometimes. It's just so fun and entertaining to watch, you know. Very enjoyable. So yeah, I love the action concepts. Next thing, number 11, is the setting. Yeah, I like the 1920s. Yeah, that particular setting, the way they played this out, and the background of the whole, you know, British stuff and all that. It really did work well with the story, I felt. So that was a great setting, I think, to put this film in. And then just the way it visually looked, I think, was great as well. So yeah, great setting, I thought. Number 12, rewatchability. Yeah, as I said, even after I watched it, this is something I'm going to definitely rewatch again. I think relatively soon too. I just really enjoyed the experience, you know. It was really fun. Oh, I just realized there's definitely something else I want to add. Hang on just a sec. Okay, that's fixed now. Okay, cool. All right, so what was I up to? So yeah, rewatchability. I can definitely see myself rewatch this film again. No doubt about it. So the next thing is number 13. This is something I just realized I wanted to add. I just forgot to, and yes, I have to add this. So anyway, that is number 13 is runtime. This movie flowed really nicely. I don't know if I would say pacing, but I just was really enjoying the ride. So I loved the long runtime of this film, and I'm glad they didn't split it into 2 parts. They actually made it work as just one solid 3-hour long film, but it flowed so well, and I really loved the runtime of this. So yeah, just great use of the length of the film, and it worked really nicely. All right, next thing, number 14, last but not least, the ending. As I said, Bahubali 2, I wish the ending was a little bit longer. This one, I think, did that quite well. It's definitely not, like, perfect ending. I feel like it could have still been slightly better. I don't know how, but I just kind of... It didn't really still hit me emotionally that much. But I did still think the ending was solid. Compared to SS Rajamouli's last film, this is definitely on a better track, I think, with the ending at least. But that being said, like, I'm not saying like this is still a bad ending. I think it is a solid ending. It's not a great ending, but I still think the ending deserves a point nonetheless. So yeah, 14 things. So yeah, this is quite up there for me. This is slightly better than Anhadun. Oh gosh, I'm probably saying that name wrong again. Is it Anhadun? Anadun? Gosh, you know what I'm talking about. I hope the piano blind guy one, even though he probably wasn't blind. Spoilers if you haven't seen that. Yeah, I guess it's been out for a while. Okay, Three Idiots is still better. I was gonna say, wait a minute, is this my favorite? No. I thought like, no, this can't be. And then PK is 16 Things. Yeah. Some people are kind of mad that's my favorite. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I love that film. I find the story so funny. It's humorous. I love how it's kind of stirring up, you know, the whole religious and questioning religion. And me saying that, I'm not against religion. I'm actually curious about religion, but I don't indoctrinate myself in any of them. I don't believe in any religion. I'm just curious about the whole picture of it. I kind of try to get the big picture of what a lot of religions are about, in a sense. But I don't try to just particularly zone in on one. I like to kind of, because there is a lot of similarities with them, and that's kind of what I'm focusing on at the moment, is like the great similarities in different religions. So I find it fascinating, all the different religions. So don't think that I'm just this person that's like, fuck religion, that's why I like PK. No. It's just, I find it silly to just completely lose yourself in one religion. I think there are so many similarities in them if you look, and I think we can get along with the things that are similar. But anyway, that's not even about this film. But yeah, it was just interesting. I found that people were kind of triggered that's quite a favorite of mine of Indian cinema. But hey, it is what it is. I very much enjoy it. I really did like this film though. I can see why you recommended me this. It was a very solid film and very enjoyable, and I'll definitely watch it again. And hey, if you want to see, because I definitely won't do another review on it, probably on this channel or a reaction, but if you want to see like when I rewatch it, just stay tuned on my Letterboxd page. So check me out. I've got it in the description below, but it's just Nathan Vogler, capital N, capital V. So yeah, check that out if you liked, and you can kind of keep track of the films that are favorites of mine. You can check out my favorites list. You can see all the films that I log then, because I don't always say all the films that I've seen. But yeah, so if you want to keep track on that, check out my Letterboxd page. Okay, I think that's it for this video. That was certainly an experience, and I loved it. So thank you for recommending me that. I definitely did see this one on Netflix quite on the front page for quite a while. So yeah, I probably would have checked it out at some point anyway. But anyway, I'm glad I watched it. Thank yous for pushing me to watch this one, because it was great. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, consider hitting the like button and subscribing. I'd very much appreciate that. And yeah, hope to catch yous in the next one. Bye-bye.